There's a sense in the United States that they are a growing threat. We're close. If we go to a military war, it'll almost certainly be the Taiwan issue. So that could be called containment. I think we want to contain China. Their concerns are mostly the domestic concerns. How do they deal with the demographics issue? How do they deal with their own domestic issues? You know, when you run a country, the major issues are the internal issues. How do you make sure you deal with corruption? How do you deal with all the issues that they face? Poverty in the east and the western part of China, environmental issues, the property bubble that's bursting, the COVID issue. My assessment would be that they made a serious mistake in not taking the vaccines that we had to offer. There was a process in which they handled it fabulously in the beginning. And everybody was thinking, okay, they're on top of the world. But then they have no COVID in China, so they don't have immunity, and they didn't have a vaccine that was effective. And as a result, they got into the situation that they're in. China and the opposition is as strong as the United States and its allies. And so we have a conflict. And there are 5 kinds of wars, and they start in this order, just sequentially, typically. A trade war, a technology war, a geopolitical influence war. Then you get into a capital and economic warfare, which we are now with sanctions. They always happened in history. And then there's a military war. And so you could see that progression happen through time. And that creates a template. So I like to look at the template and then plot dots to see how we're transpiring relative to that template.
China holds a lot of American debt.
Yeah.
Should we worry about that?
I think they should worry about it. I don't believe that they'll sell the debt. And if they sell the debt, we would, again, like others, just print more money and it would depreciate in value. I think that they know, and have known for quite a long time, that the position that they have in that debt is something that they're going to have to stick with. The way it worked is they produced inexpensively. We all thought this is a good thing. I thought it was a good thing. And they earn money. And then they take a lot of that money that they earn and then they lend it to us. I remember when this started, the per capita income in the United States was 40 times the per capita income in China, and they're lending to us. So we borrow this money, and they buy our bonds, and I don't know who got the better or worse deal, but anyway, that's what happened. So look at it this way. It's a big thing. The population in China, the capitas, are more than 4 times that in the United States. Since I started going to China in 1984, per capita income has increased by 27 times. If it increased to half of what the United States is, that would mean its economy would be twice the size of the United States. So it's a big force. And simultaneously, given the risks in the world, they want to be self-sufficient. And similarly, the United States wants to be more self-sufficient, and other countries are wanting to be more self-sufficient.